AI, it's it seems like it's everywhere you look these days. Everything you read,
Yeah.
it's like AI, this AI that, and it's kind of hard to tell what's real, what's hype, what's already happening,
Right.
and what's way off in the future.
Yeah.
So we're doing a deep dive today, and we're looking at how AI is already impacting our life,
Yeah.
like right now.
Yeah.
And I think,
In practical ways.
yeah, in practical ways. And we found some really interesting stuff about how AI is changing the game for small businesses,
Yeah.
how it's changing what it means to have an office job,
Right.
and even how it's creeping into our homes.
Yeah, you got it.
So let's kick things off by talking about small businesses.
Mm.
You usually think about big companies when you think about cutting-edge technology.
Right.
But our sources are suggesting that small businesses and like solopreneurs, those one-man, one-woman shows, they're actually in a great position to benefit from AI.
It's true. And it's kind of ironic in a way, right? Because we think of small businesses as maybe being behind the curve when it comes to technology.
Right? They don't have the resources.
Exactly. But AI can actually level the playing field in a lot of ways.
How so?
Well, for one thing, AI can take care of a lot of those tedious tasks that suck up so much time for small business owners.
Like what kind of tasks?
Think about managing inventory. Keeping track of what you need to order,
Yeah.
or dealing with customer inquiries, answering the same questions over and over again, or
Yeah.
even analyzing sales data to figure out what's selling when and where.
It's like having an extra set of hands.
Exactly. It's like having an incredibly efficient assistant, but without the need for coffee breaks.
Or health insurance.
That's right. So instead of burning the midnight oil trying to do it all themselves, small business owners can leverage AI to free up their time and energy so they can focus on what they're passionate about.
What they're actually good at.
Exactly. Whether that's crafting their products, connecting with customers, or coming up with their next big idea.
So AI gives small businesses something they often desperately need.
What's that?
Time.
Time.
That's right.
More time to actually focus on growing their business.
Exactly. And, speaking of AI in the workplace, let's shift gears a little bit and talk about what this all means for those of us who work in a more traditional office setting.
Yeah, because there's this fear, isn't there, that robots are coming for our jobs.
Right. There's this kind of doom and gloom narrative that AI is going to make human workers obsolete.
Yeah.
And while that makes for a good headline, the reality, as always, is a bit more nuanced.
Okay, so what did our sources have to say about this?
Well, instead of taking over entirely, what we're seeing is that AI is really good at automating those repetitive, mind-numbing tasks that we all hate doing.
Oh, come on. Everybody's got those tasks.
Oh, absolutely. Those tasks that make you question your life choices.
Okay, so give me an example. Like, what kind of soul-crushing tasks are we talking about?
Well, for one thing, think about all those routine reports you have to generate.
Or sifting through mountains of data to find that one crucial figure.
Oh, God, the data analysis.
Right, or even deciphering the legal jargon in those endless contracts.
That's a job for AI for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And these tasks, while they're necessary, they don't necessarily require uniquely human skills.
Right. It's not like they require creativity or ingenuity or anything.
That's right. They're just time-consuming and, frankly, kind of boring.
So AI can step in and take care of those things.
Exactly. And it can often do them more quickly and accurately than we can.
Which frees us up to do what?
To focus on the things that we humans excel at, the things that require creativity, problem-solving, strategic thinking. The things that actually make us valuable as employees.
Right. So it's not about replacing humans. It's about making us even better at our jobs.
Exactly. It's about augmenting our abilities and allowing us to step away from the mundane and step into roles that require our unique human capabilities.
So we've covered how AI is changing the game for small businesses and how it's transforming the traditional workplace.
Right.
But get this, AI isn't stopping there. It's coming to our homes too.
It's true. And this is where things start to feel really futuristic.
Yeah, it's not just about asking your smart speaker to play your favorite song anymore.
No, we're talking about AI integrating into our homes in some pretty amazing ways.
Okay, so like what? What kind of AI are we talking about here?
Well, imagine a refrigerator that keeps track of your grocery list and tells you when you're low on milk.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Or a washing machine that automatically adjusts the cycle based on the type of fabric you throw in.
Oh, wow.
These aren't just futuristic fantasies anymore. This is becoming a reality thanks to AI.
So AI is basically learning to do all the chores we hate doing.
In a way, yes. But it goes even deeper than that.
How so?
This is where AI gets really personal. because it's not just learning our habits and preferences, it's also learning our health data.
Okay, so how does that work?
Well, imagine wearable devices that track your sleep patterns, your activity levels, even your vital signs, and then use that information to provide you with personalized health insights and recommendations.
Wow, that's incredible and a little creepy.
Well, that's the thing about AI, right?
Yeah.
It has the potential to make our lives easier and more efficient.
Yeah.
But it also raises some important questions about privacy and data security.
Right, because if AI is learning all this stuff about us, who has access to that information?
That's exactly the conversation we need to be having.
Yeah, because it's one thing to have AI recommending what song to listen to next,
Yeah,
but it's another thing entirely if it's accessing our health records or our financial information.
absolutely. These are important questions to consider as we invite AI into our homes.
So it's a bit of a double-edged sword.
It is. It's both exciting and a little bit unnerving.
Yeah, but it's definitely something we need to be talking about.
Absolutely.
Well, I think that's a great place to wrap up this part of our deep dive.
Yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground, but we're not done yet.
Nope.
When we come back, we're going to dive even deeper into the world of AI, and we're going to explore some of the mind-blowing possibilities that lie ahead. Me too. Stay with us.
Yeah.
So AI is getting up close and personal, but it's not just about our homes and offices, right?
Right.
The whole idea of AI is changing.
It really is. Yeah, and we started off talking about this idea of one super intelligent AI kind of calling all the shots.
Right, like the big scary AI brain.
Exactly. But what we found is that the future of AI is probably not going to be one giant brain controlling everything.
Okay, so what is it going to be then?
Well, it's actually a little bit weirder than that.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, so we're actually headed towards a world of specialized AI.
Specialized AI. So what does that mean exactly?
So instead of having one AI that can do it all, write poetry, diagnose diseases, and manage our traffic lights,
Right.
we're going to have AIs that are incredibly good at very specific tasks.
So like a team of experts.
Exactly. Each AI would be like a specialist in its own field.
Okay, I like where this is going. Give me an example.
Okay, so instead of one general AI doctor, we might have AI that's specifically designed to diagnose certain types of cancer. And then another AI that's an expert in creating personalized treatment plans.
Wow.
And maybe even an AI that's really good at managing hospital logistics, scheduling appointments, ordering supplies, that sort of thing.
So each AI is laser focused on one job and doing it really, really well.
Exactly.
Okay, so that actually makes a lot of sense. I mean, instead of trying to create one AI that can do everything and probably not doing any of it that well, we create a bunch of specialized AIs that are each really good at their one thing.
Exactly. And that changes everything.
Okay, so how so? How does that change things?
Well, for one thing, it makes AI a lot more accessible.
How so?
Well, because instead of needing a massive supercomputer to run one giant AI,
Right.
we can have smaller, more specialized AIs that can run on much simpler systems.
So you're saying we could have AI in our phones, in our cars, in our homes?
Exactly. And these AIs could be doing all sorts of things for us, making our lives easier and more efficient without us even realizing it.
Okay, so I have to admit this is all pretty mind-blowing, but I have a question. So if we've got all these different AIs all doing their own thing, who's making sure they're all playing nice together?
That's a great question. And it brings us to the forefront of this new AI landscape. Because while each AI might be specialized, our lives are anything but.
What do you mean?
Well, think about it. Your health data, your financial data, your work data, it's all interconnected. You're not just one thing. You're a complex individual with a unique set of needs and goals.
Right. And right now it feels like all that data is siloed. Different companies and organizations have different pieces of it.
Exactly. And as AI gets more integrated into our lives, someone or something needs to be able to connect those dots.
So we need some kind of super AI overseer to manage all the little AIs.
Well, not necessarily. Remember, we're moving away from the idea of one giant AI brain.
Okay, so then what? What's the solution?
This is where the human element becomes even more important, because while AI can analyze data, it doesn't inherently understand the nuances of the human experience.
Okay, I see what you're saying. It's like that old saying, can't see the forest for the trees.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Specialized AI might be great at analyzing individual trees.
Yeah.
But it takes a human perspective to step back and see the whole forest, to understand the bigger picture.
So we need AI specialists, but we also need human specialists.
Precisely. We need people who can understand and interpret what the AI is telling us, and then use that information to make informed decisions.
So we need people who can bridge the gap between the technical and the human.
Exactly. We need people who can speak the language of both the algorithm and the individual.
We need AI whisperers.
I like the AI whisperers. It's catchy.
Right. So we're talking about people who can translate the complex world of AI into something we can all understand and use to our advantage.
Exactly. Because this new era of AI isn't just about the technology itself. It's about how we choose to interact with it, how we shape it, and ultimately how we integrate it into our lives in a way that benefits all of humanity.
That's a powerful thought. And I think it's a perfect place to transition to the final part of our deep dive. Wow. So we've gone from robots are going to steal our jobs to we need to learn how to talk AI.
It's funny how that works, right?
It really is. It's like we took a giant leap into the future.
I know. And it's exciting. It feels like we're on the verge of something big.
It does. And it's not just about the technology itself.
Right.
It's about how we as humans choose to understand and interact with it.
Exactly. And ultimately, it's about ensuring that AI serves us.
Right.
Not the other way around.
Because we've all seen those sci-fi movies where the machines take over.
Right, those cautionary tales.
Exactly. But what I'm hearing from you is that it doesn't have to be that way.
Not at all. I mean, for all the talk about what AI can do, it's easy to forget that we're the ones calling the shots. We're the ones developing it, refining it, and deciding how it gets used.
So we have a responsibility here.
We do. And that brings us to what I think is one of the most important takeaways from all of this. The future of AI isn't predetermined.
What do you mean?
It's not like some inevitable outcome that's already been decided. It's something we're actively creating right now with every decision we make, every line of code. We write every conversation we have about this technology.
So you're saying we all have a role to play in shaping the future of AI?
Absolutely. It's not just up to the engineers and the tech giants. It's up to all of us.
To the artists, the educators, the entrepreneurs?
Exactly. Everyone. It's about encouraging people to engage with this technology, to ask tough questions, and to demand that AI is used for good.
To make the world a better place.
Exactly. Because the potential is there.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of making sure we're using this powerful tool responsibly and ethically.
So to everyone listening out there, don't just stand on the sidelines of the AI revolution. Dive in, learn all you can, and don't be afraid to ask the big questions.
Yes. Get involved. Make your voice heard.
Because in the world of AI, your voice, your perspective, your choices, they matter more than ever.
They really do. This has been an incredible deep dive.
Yeah.
And I think we've just scratched the surface.
We really have. But hopefully we've given our listeners a lot to think about.
And a lot to be excited about.
Definitely. Because the future of AI is a future we create together.
Well said.
That's all the time we have for today. But we'll be back next week with another deep dive into the world of technology and how it's shaping our lives.
See you then.
Bye for now.